So everyone's been screaming out to AFK, but I thought you had to play the first game.
Oh, whatever. It takes like 20 seconds.
Right, so matchup-wise...
It's Superman. I'll be dead in 10 seconds anyway.
We know Theo plays Superman. Obviously, Supergirl's a big one for him too. As far as I'm aware, they're the two characters he plays the most. I know he's got the Swamp Thing, but I don't know how serious he is about it. And Knicks, just the Darkseid God Lord.
Knicks, Hometown Heroes champion, very comfortably ran his way through the Hometown Heroes bracket with just Darkseid. You know, he was actually one of my picks to be he was probably my biggest sleeper hit pick for E-League. I know he's not going to be super happy with his performance at E-League, but he played really well. He just encountered characters that that shut Darkseid down in a way. You know, Darkseid hasn't got the best buttons. He's not got the best neutral as such. He's all special moves. And if your character can shut down those special moves, then Darkseid doesn't have the easiest time. But this is
what we were hoping to see. Also, is that a new shader on Superman, the blue one?
It always is. These guys always get the new shaders for their characters.
Knicks looking straight out of a 80s cartoon show.
But maintaining the original colour scheme, which I have lots of respect for. But basically, this is like the best Superman versus the best Darkseid. This is the matchup we wanted. You guys have been asking for these two guys, and for our final match of tonight's stream, I'm glad we've been able to bring it. Now, this is an interesting matchup. It is going to be very projectile heavy, but there we go. Going in with the minions to guarantee the teleport, getting those ways in. It's going to be an interesting tool to use against Superman, I think.
I can't take my eyes off that Superman shader.
It is so sick,
it's
isn't it?
so good.
Now, Knicks, you really... Oh, that is the mix. Jump 3 or instant low stomp. It's a 50-50. Gotta guess.
But a player like Theo is going to have the patience to sit there and wait for the fuzzy. So against someone like him, you can always use that against them to a degree. Still though, Knicks, that patiently walking back. He doesn't have the fastest speed on the ground as Darkseid, but he's never likely to sit on.
At this health, Knicks will hands down... Oh, that was disgusting. He'll hands down make these trades. Even if those interactables are now mids, if you've got something like a minion, which will jail, you're still going to get pressure. You're still going to get damage.
So Happy Pal, thanks very much for the sub, man. Welcome to the community. Thank you very much, dude. And that's a big opening for Theo. Gonna close that distance a little bit. You don't really want to give Darkseid that space. You don't want to kind of be trading I-beams at that distance.
Darkseid, sorry, Knicks.
Oh, the pressure! Oh, the mixing from Knicks.
He has spent a lot of his meter on that though. I mean, he's making it harder and harder for Theo to make a comeback. But Superman with 4 bars, I mean, that teleport, yes, Knicks got punished, but I mean, come on, Knicks. He's not going to want to be Darkseid in the corner against Superman. I think he was expecting to lose the round on that teleport.
Problem is though, Theo has a lot of bar to work with here. If he takes any damage, wonderful meter burn roll, clean through the eye laser and the minion, just completely putting that heart to blockable away.
He's just
he tags it. Oh, but wasn't quite close enough.
Knicks spent his only bar of meter on that reversal knee, and with Superman in trait, he's got to be careful.
Now the thing is, right, a player like Theo, you can't afford to give Theo a chance. Not because he's not an explosive player, he's not going to do these wacky zany things. He is like a machine, you know, he plays perfectly. You can't give him an opening because it's like when they're very hard AI, right? They just thread the needle with something like really that you should have been ready for, but they were always going to be waiting for. Theo is that player. He is going to be sitting there waiting for that one opening to just methodically stop you from having any momentum, and he does that really well, and Superman is a perfect character to do that.
Now, Knicks pretty much spent the last bit of that round well calculated. You know, he wasn't going to give Theo a chance to really get anything going. Little things like down 1 into knee. If he had bar for it, he was going to dedicate to that option. And I feel like it was just denying, right? Theo, he's going to want to look for that 1 forward 2. He's going to want to get that button. Darkseid doesn't have the absolute slowest down 1 in the world, and if you cancel that into knee with meter burn, it's quite a good little answer and a challenge for, you know, something like forward 2-3 into trait that Superman's going to go for. It's that quick little challenge that Knicks was prepared to really cool to in that situation. Oh wow! Trip guard low stomp. Wow.
That was such a good answer from Nick to start things off with as well. That was the first bar of the game, and look at that life.
Unfortunately, it doesn't get the conversion. There was a bit of a lag spike there, though, so...
yeah, it doesn't look like the smoothest connection, unfortunately, between these two.
I guess what we could really do is say sorry about that, guys. The nature of online gaming. All these guys are lagging quite significantly. What's going on?
Me.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I guess it's inevitable to a degree that eventually one of this series is going to...
Oh, no.
Look at that minion. Look at the way that minion is just staring at him. That's so rude.
What's going on?
Well, Knicks is lagging out.
Oh, dear.
All right, well, we're going to have to get him back in.
I guess all we can really do is... probably just remake the lobby.
Yeah, just remake the lobby.
Hope for the best.
And continue from 1-0.
R.I.P. and Beberoni. Alright, let's try again.
Alright.
What? Yeah, alright. Hopefully that's the last time it does that.
Deary me.
For Knicks, and Theo will be offline. Where's Theo? Am I blind? Did I miss it? Jake, how did you add Theo?
I did it through the manual.
Why didn't you just add him as a friend? You are a dummy. Because if this happens, it'll take it a lot longer.
Saying was, I'm gonna say, gonna remake lobby at 1-0 Knicks. Go from the start as it was Knicks that DC'd.
Yeah.
Instead of having the life bars taken out again. Considering arguably it was Knicks' connection that did it, so we're just gonna go at 1-0.
Catch up. We want your cyborg. Trust me, you don't. I suck now.
I mean, no one wants your cyborg because cyborg is boring to watch.
Sharp.
Your cyborg is boring. To
Sharp. What are you doing?
Your cyborg has a cool shader, and that's about as much props as I can give it.
Wow. I can't believe you've done this.
Cyborg is a great character for you in a game like this. I just hate watching Cyborg.
Wow.
Now Deadshot's worse. I have to hate one of the characters.
What?
Why not yours? You're a Black Manta main now. I can say what I want about Cyborg.
Best Black Manta on YouTube.
Say. Have you beat a top 8 contender?
Darkseid, Superman.
I mean, Knicks is 1-0 up on this top 8 contender.
For God's sake. Oh wait, it's the other way around, isn't it?
Approaching the Batcave.
It's 1-0 Knicks.
Alright, here we go.
I bet there are people watching that don't understand the meme.
No one will.
They're not on the in-joke. They're like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
What is the nonsense these guys are spewing?
Oh. We should play in the next week's first to 10. We should commentate our own matches.
That's that's actually a good idea. For another time.
It'll be the main event.
For another will be the main event. Wow, you cocky bastard.
Still though, big 500 damage starting off from Theo. Very tasty.
There's that instant challenge, the knee, super quick.
Is Superman one of those characters that you just don't see confirm into?
I gotta say, Knicks held that minion for as long as the game would physically allow him. So much damage, but the payout for the patience.
That's the thing about Darkseid. You have a life lead, you think you can sit on it safely, and then he just opens you up with something, and you've lost half of it.
But then you're fighting Superman who has trait activated, and he'll quite swiftly. It's almost 600 damage. I know that's on Darkseid, but still.
Theo knows how to build bar, and look at that. Theo spent like way more bar than you might normally assume on a combo like that, but he's almost built the bar back immediately, and an instant jump answer. Theo with the knowledge. I think it's the power of... Oh, I have never seen that before.
He was actually looking for that earlier in the first round as well, but he saved it. He caught the knee and then released it late to get the pressure, which then led to an overhead.
Oh, the raw knee is a reversal, just to get the minion out. He's holding onto it though, next to the patience. Oh, that disappeared.
It's because he traded it.
There's the plus frames, Theo knowing he's going to be there blocking. Wow! I actually think the boot kicking actually pushed him out of range of the stomp. That's unfortunate.
I like the attempt to confirm it though.
Wow! Trickiness. But the patience again, Knicks. Oh, they're down one into scoop.
But I think that's actually why we saw down one into scoop. Because Knicks, his consistent option for that trait has been down one knee. And I feel like Theo, he's going to challenge it. Neutral jump backdash. That is his answer for that teleport into minion. And I think it's going to work actually.
Oh, it's working out for him 100%.
Close call. Close call, but hang on. He goes in, and the grab of the tech. Theo ready.
But you know Nick's there's a whip punish, and he's already used his wage. That is going to be it. And Theo, the patience is what won him that game there. Nix, he needed, at that health that Theo had, anything Darkseid does is going to kill you. It can be a wayward hit, it could be a laser, it could be a minion, it can just be anything at all what was going to do enough there.
You know, I actually find Superman versus Darkseid to be a really fun match to watch.
He's just one of those things that surprisingly you don't see all the time. You know, Darkseid is unfortunately one of those characters that really has fallen out of favour with the masses. You know, I mean, how many Darkseid players can you name offhand? You got Nyx. Who else? Like, genuinely, is there another Darkseid player on this level, right? Of that top level.
But that's what you always have to ask yourself, like, not to disrespect, of course, but of this caliber. You know,
Yeah.
players that are of the cream of the crop in terms of their ability with the character. And Knicks is one of those with Darkseid, but yeah, he's not really represented too much. Obviously, we do have RZA.
Oh, RZA, yeah, of course.
But I don't know how much RZA is playing these days.
RZA still plays Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
He's still an MKX player.
RZA's a Tremor main, man, not a Darkseid main. he made his Darkseid look like Tremor.
Oh, big opening there for Theo, but didn't want to spend his bar there. I respect it. Want to hold on to a bigger damage.
There is SoCal's on as well, but again, I've not really seen him been playing too much recently.
But another big trip guard. Theo is ready with that 4-2-3. Knicks is going to have to be careful. I mean, that straight laser is one of the slower projectiles, right? But it's going to do a good job trading. A nice mix up there from Knicks. Cashing out for big damage. Relatively even on life, to be honest, considering the big start that Theo had. And the minion's already back. Tries to anti-air with the meter back 3, but the armor break. We saw that happen a lot in a Mega Case set. It's still happening now. Here. Oh, what? Do nothing. I mean, Nick was walking towards the corner as well. He just was 100% not wanting to get put there.
I actually love that down one, but I feel like that's part of the matchup. If he's going to go for the instant air stomp and you catch him with the down one scoop to confirm. Good awareness, but...
Did you spend the bar here? Yes,
yeah,
he is.
Back 3.
Oh, was that going to do enough?
That
almost.
And he's going to have the minion to guarantee, and yeah. Unfortunately, actually, not going to have minion at the very beginning of this round, but I think it was worth just to stay safe, you know?
I like that though from Knicks when he jumps into the air. Like, he goes for the air laser when he sees Theo go for something on the ground because he's staying up there long enough that he's avoiding it completely.
And there's that grounded call. Minion, teleport. Oh, overhead comes out. But I mean, it's overhead or instant air stomp. You got to worry about both options. But this is a guaranteed clash. Theo has nothing to worry about.
Yeah, he's probably going to heal this up. I can't see him holding on to the whole meter, so he's going to at least probably that chunk damage there. Yeah, almost completely undone by itself. Used a bar on the meter burn roll, but Knicks didn't bite to it. And that's one thing that Knicks is doing a lot. Just the meterless knee as a reversal in the neutral, just to try and just stop Theo in his tracks. Don't let him occupy that space.
But I guess one answer to an advancing mid is another advancing mid. Now
you see the little man?
I think
he's just waiting.
He's saving it for the magic.
He's holding. He's still holding. Oh, we're coming! Air support! But he's got 4 bars, and that's gonna be it. Theo went down to it. It's gonna be 2-1 to Knicks. I mean, that's the mind game. With traits that you hold. Because he just stood there whole time.
We spent that whole time expecting just the dive, like the regular charging one, and then it just flies in from the top of the screen.
It's like Knicks didn't call it because he wanted to win with it. It was just like, hey, minion, watch this. It's going to be well sick. I need a witness.
And then he just comes, witness this sick techniques.
And then it flew in head first, flying headbutt from full screen.
Wow.
When you least expect it.
2-1 though. This could be a slightly longer one.
Maybe. But it was a closer game too, you know, and it came down to a player like Theo that has the discipline, that has the patience to sit there, is going to be the most likely to get opened up by something like that, right? When they just hold it to the bitter end. Because you almost use the patience of a player like that against them.
Yeah, for sure. Like sometimes if you're the kind of character, like if you're fighting someone that plays, almost like Foxy as well, someone that plays like a machine, if you're a character that can put a spanner in the works, that really is a totally viable, but another conversion.
Oh, 1 bar. That was 1 bar.
672 damage. That hurt.
He's so good. Is he dead? No, it actually holds onto the bar. I like that. Theo wanting to. Actually, no, he didn't have the bar. He only just built it. But I mean, look at that. That was almost a 700 damage 1 bar combo. Because he had the background bounce. Even Supermanable characters can get a lot more off the background. He's not a character you see confirm into every day.
But Darkseid's damage, not to be underestimated, and he catches the conversion. He knows it's going to work.
I mean, as soon as the characters are in the air, it looks like Darkseid kind of has the edge in terms of like the zoning from the air, right? Because that's normally the kind of space that Superman wants to sit, occupy the screen, build some bar, chip you down a little bit. But Darkseid does it too, and you're seeing them, right? It's such a sporadic pattern for a projectile to have.
There we go.
And he stays in the air for so long, it's working out for him so well. And this could be another one.
Just again, 2 times in the same game, but wait a minute, Darkseid knows a thing or two about damage as well, and there's the clash. I'm having nothing to do with that, good sir.
I mean, you know both players have stage knowledge when the statues end up faceless by the end of it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Still though, that did cost Theo quite a lot of his bar. He's trying to build some back, and there's going to be an air-to-air. Is he going to spend this to the extension? Probably. Yes, he is. He's still got one left too. Stomp. There it is.
That's a really nice confirm, I think.
He has got the machine behind him. Oh, the raw meat man back 3, the call out from Knicks.
That's a guaranteed trait. He's going to get a mix up.
Mix time. Oh, the armor break.
He went for Explodey guy.
I mean, Theo could still do this. There's the raw meatless knee again, but he cannot get anywhere near that knee now. If he does, he's dead. Oh, what? Knicks, he knew he was going to jump to avoid the knee, so he went with the shot instead.
Now,
unfortunately, the connection's starting to fade a little bit. So I'm not quite sure how much I can really go like, yep, that was good.
I mean, it was a good option, but
Look at that face.
I mean, this is the longest
That
win
stoic
pose.
face.
This is the longest win pose of all time.
Darkseid, the all-powerful being, will the lag away.
His eyes,
Lag be gone.
his eyes look half open, half shut.
And what's up with the little misty eye red bit? What's going on there?
Oh, it must be his Omega Beam.
Have they like just started?
What's going on?
Is it the Omega Beam's fault?
We're frozen.
I mean, at least the game was over, so is that 3-1 now or 4-1?
3-1.
3-1.
I changed the score and
Might
then
need to make
realised
the lobby another time.
I think that's what we're going to have to do. We'll make it again, I guess. It's weird because when it doesn't lag, it's not bad, but interesting.
And
oh yeah, we can't forget Knicks is East Coast, and I believe Theo is West Coast, so there is quite a significant distance between these guys. This is why you need to add him as a friend. And
then you do it.
Yeah, but I should have done it earlier.
Let's remake it another time.
We'll get there in the end, boys.
I'm just telling Theo we've sent him a friend request, so
Yeah, I'll do that now.
okay, so according to Theo, their connections together are fine. It's just spectator lag.
Okay, if that's just spectator lag, we won't have anything to worry about. Oh, Knicks is watching the stream and it's picking up on his microphone.
If that's just spectator lag, you won't have anything to worry about.
As I said, there's a bunch of spectator lag, but as long as you aren't feeling it, that's fine. It's...
Yeah, if it's just spectator lag, I don't mind. It's when the game freezes like that and we can't see anything. That's the problem. Oh, Theo with the Bizarro. So,
Hey!
3-1. We'll quickly swap him over again.
Fighters approaching contact.
Oh, dearie me. But a big thing here, though, is matchup knowledge. Knicks, I think, has clearly played this matchup once or twice, but at the same time, so is Theo. They have interesting options for each other's neutral, but in these extended sets, in these first to 10s, where you have a lot of games potentially to play, there's a lot of room for adaptation. And that's one of my favourite things about these players playing in this kind of setting, because it really shows the players that can adapt and the players that kind of like almost like struggle to do that.
That was a really nice conversion, actually. You don't really see Darkseid go for that every day.
Nice punish there from Theo.
This spacing game, Knicks has to be super careful.
Oh, and that's going to be a... No, actually, didn't quite time it. I thought for sure that was going to be a full punish, but I guess not.
But that's the thing about Theo playing a character like Superman is that Theo is so fundamentally sound at the game. Someone like Superman that has every fundamental tool you could want. I mean, it's a perfect combination. It's why he played Aquaman beforehand.
That's also why Supergirl is another good pick for him. Oh, that big challenge. He has the trait on as well, so that's going to do probably enough damage to kill.
Oh, every
Darkseid.
time Theo lands a hit, that's like 680 damage at least.
Oh, Knicks didn't get a combo off that, but he did get out of the corner at least. But this is the thing about Darkseid, and it's something that Knicks is doing a good job playing around with. Darkseid is not known for his strings. You know, he has some very questionable... excuse me. He has some very questionable normals. So you kind of have to play the whole game on your specials, right? Your specials and your individual attacks. Your strings are not going to win you the game, which demands a very specific way of playing him.
Now that instant jump 1 as an answer to the teleport, super useful answer there. Theo going in for the clash, obviously only having one of those. I think that it's just going to sort of like reset this situation. You have to worry about the fact that Knicks has 2 bars of meter and is super close to having his minion available. And at this health, no, he spends it with punish.
And that's actually probably going to be damage. I can't imagine Theo will hold on to this. I mean, he's going to build that bar right back immediately. Yep. He has the life to do so.
I expect him to spend it, and yeah, he's going to spend it. He's going to play the zoning game and just make it so Knicks doesn't even get a chance to do anything.
Oh, he's gone for the fireball minion.
Oh
that
my
crossed
god!
up.
That did cross up. You are correct.
But it looked like he wanted Theo to block that. Because the block stun of the fireball was what kept him in that situation.
Minion, he's got one. This could be the winner.
No, there's the roll through. Oh, on the overhead as well. But Theo nearing a bar. Oh, and that shimmy. That big shimmy. And just built the bar for the meter burn breath. Perfect play from Theo.
I totally though respect Knicks going in for that grab. He landed the down 1 and he must have thought, well, if Theo's going to get stuck in hit stun here, and I'm going to go for the grab, you know, it's a good option. Going for a grab after down 1 normally works really well. I think that was just a hard read for Theo, expecting it, and there you go. You know, he's not afraid to make that kind of dedication.
But again, down 1 grab is something you see Darkseid do a lot.
Yeah.
Because a lot of characters will go they'll go for a down 1, they'll sit here and they'll go, right, time to do this crazy string or this mid or go for this high, maybe try and get some plus frames. Darkseid can't do that. So off his down 1, he's a bit more limited. Which I suppose makes it a bit easier to read the throw, but at the same time, you know, it is still a read at the end of the day.
Begin.
Gotta say, both these guys have given us a super good show so far. Like, I really was super hoping to get this matchup, because I just feel like it's the 2 best of their craft with these 2 characters, and it's a great display of what they can both do to each other.
Nice damage to start off from Knicks. Hasn't got any bar, but hasn't had a big trouble kind of building it at the moment, so not too bad. It's probably going to be close to the corner for Theo, but not quite. Takes an instant jump in from Knicks on wake up.
Just a hard read, really, isn't it?
I think he's just trying to catch that space, because if he's got the minion out, obviously there's going to be a certain degree of hesitation that Theo's going to have.
So Knicks going in for that that laser, yeah, the meter burn laser. He was probably expecting that minion to convert. That would have been a despicable conversion. Oh my god!
3 bars burned just like that, and the minion again. Knicks with the pressure. Expensive pressure, but effective nonetheless.
I mean, they got him the round. This is how a true god battles. It says it against Superman. So confident he is.
And there's the corner repositioning with the throw. And even though life bar had already gone, going for the laser anyway, just because he can. Minions out again though, wants to mix up. And again, Theo, as soon as he sees Knicks leave the ground with the minion out, he goes for the air dash. It's been a consistent answer for him.
And Knicks is going to have that advantage of being able to stay in the air for, to be honest, quite a while actually. The Omega Beams do keep him up there for a significant amount of time. There's the conversion. Here comes the pressure.
Oh, and the minion's still waiting.
He doesn't pull the trigger on the minion. I think he actually wanted to go for the knockdown and then go for pressure so Theo can't break.
It makes you wonder if that 4-2-3 trait into meter back 3 was to almost like call out the knee that Knicks has been doing as like a meterless reversal.
I mean, I have no doubt that's what Theo's been trying to go for.
Oh, good. Patience to block on the low. Doesn't get full punish, but a grab will do enough. Oh, the jump back again.
But he can't punish. He couldn't punish. Like, you can see the thought process that Theo was going for there. Theo must have gone, right. In this situation, if I punish any of the unsafe moves, all he's going to do is clash, come off decently in the clash, and we're now going to be full screen where I don't want to be. If Theo was going to go for a punish, he had to punish with a grab. He had to punish with something individual that can't be clashed and allows him to keep the pressure up close. So if he lands another grab or like a back 3, something that Knicks was not going to be able to break.
Bizarro.
Oh, he's gone back to Bizarro though.
Fighters approaching the
I saw him win before. Not that it really changes anything, but you know, some people do care. Is this the Batcave? It looks like the Batcave. Yes, it is. I actually think this was another stage that was good for Theo. It actually looks like Theo has been getting a lot of mileage out of the background bounces on the stages. Which, like I said before, isn't something you see used too many times from Superman, but clearly he gets a nice amount of damage on top. But no whiff punish on the up laser.
Well, normally Superman does so much damage without even needing it that obviously some people are like, well, I don't really need the background bounce. But I guess if it's there to extend damage, even if you don't need it, most of the time.
Did he just whiff punish the whiff grab with the stomp?
Yeah,
once he'd already left the ground.
I do think he did do that, yes. Oh, wake up punch.
Yeah, he's going to spend the bar. We can see him bend in a second. Yes, he will, but look at the damage. Oh, that actually broke 700, that one. That was 701 damage.
I get
oh my
I
lord.
get that Darkseid's like defense stats make it so damage numbers are a little bit more bloated than they normally are, but still 700. You can't really.
Wait, what? He just got sent to orbit. But not quite enough. As we actually didn't leave the Batcave, to be honest. To be completely truthful.
Really good call on the airborne laser. I mean, there wasn't really much Theo could do to stop that one.
That's a trade that Theo can take. He's doing more damage here. Oh, especially if he's got a trait loaded. And look at all the bar he's building. Because you build meter in this game by dealing damage, that's Superman, the straight laser.
Oh, we pressed buttons and then got hit.
It builds so much bar for just hitting your opponent.
Oh my god, the call out on the air tech. The call out on that air tech was so smart.
Ooh.
See you later, Tyre.
Oh, but that's going to be a big hit. Theo doesn't have any meter, though.
He's not going to have meter for a long time, actually.
Does that make a grab too? Doesn't want to be dealing with that at all. Oh, jumps over clean, and that's a full punish, Theo. We're going to see corner repositioning. No, goes for the unclashable.
He cannot get hit.
One more of those and he's dead.
Yeah, he can't get hit by a single laser. Not one.
Oh, he's got that floaty jump and he's got that big hitbox. It's going to be hard, but no. Could not avoid it any longer, and Theo is going to sweep that next game away with a laser. 4-3 now, I think.
Yeah.
Very close.
It's all about Bizarro, mate. That's it.
Deary me. Well, Theo's got a decked out Superman. He's got like 3 loadouts, all legendary, or like, what was it, epic? Is it epic?
Everyone does. They've either got a character, they've either got one loadout they use all the time, or they've got multiple loadouts they just do.
But he's got like cool new shaders, he's got, you know,
I mean, look at that one.
retro ones, look at that. That looks really cool. And he's just got Bizarro, because why not? Why would you not?
I would have a bunch of cyborgs and then grid. That would be what I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here we go. Oh,
boy.
Superman.
That is the Superman start. It's 4-2-3, having it hit and spending that bar on the combo immediately. Oh, hello, minion.
Oh, nice block.
Oh no, Theo didn't quite get the confirm. Oh, there's a call out again, Knicks. Those instant air lasers really just stopping Theo in his tracks.
But very important down
Instant
one.
jump again. That really has been a good option for Knicks. Reading Theo going for those instant forward dashes in the air.
Now, even if Theo, down one didn't do much damage, and that's... Oh!
Armor break on the trait.
Oh, yeah, we can't forget that. But even if he didn't get much damage off that down one before there, just getting rid of the trait, like a fantastic result, I think. Late confirm. He's going to get big damage here. Can he kill him?
My god. That did so much for what it was.
Yep.
Oh, the minion.
Oh, the minion. The savior.
I love that from Knicks though. When he has that minion ready, he'll go for the instant jump laser and send the minion out, and all that screen covered at the same time. I mean, Superman doesn't have a teleport. He doesn't have a way to get past it. I mean, shooting meter burn roll is about as much as he can do.
Oh, and now he's going in for the pressure. Just sitting there and blocking. No jailing today.
But Theo, he's actually been doing a great job of defending against the stomp now. You see him crouching most of the time. It's like he's just waiting to fuzzy, just standing overhead, and that's it. As soon as Knicks leaves the ground, he's crouching.
The down two used a little bit too early, so Theo actually getting a clean jump in rather than being anti-headed. That. Oh no! Not blocking. Unclashable. Yes. Guarantees the minion. This could be it. Goes for it.
Misses. He's got to be careful now, Theo. He's going to have trait soon.
I like that call out.
But he gets hit by the interactable.
I really like that call out from Theo. He needs it in one more time, and there we go. The down one on anticipation.
I'm actually fairly sure that was a reaction from Knicks too.
It was. I mean, yeah. It was used just at the right time. To the point where it definitely looked like a reaction. 5-3. Knicks halfway there.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so tired today.
It's getting quite late here, isn't it?
It is indeed. But I'm also getting on well. I'm getting the cold that's going around the
It's that
office.
time of year. I like to think I've recovered from that illness. I like to think that I've recovered from that illness. Just about. I was out of action for about 2 weeks with flu. It was horrendous. And I had to go to Sweden. I had to do Quake commentary. It was hard. It was fun, of course. I always loved working with Quake. But my days, I've never been so ill working with the show in all my life. Oh!
Very little damage though. It scaled quite a lot.
Yeah, explodey guy doesn't do much. In fact, Theo's traded laser did more damage. Wow, the whiffed slap. Nice. And he's going to get, nope, a bit too far away for the background bounce.
A big left leader ready for Theo. All gonna get caught walking away. Wait, you see a background interaction? Doesn't need to.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to. Yep, there we
There's
go.
actually one thing I really like about Theo is that kind of like methodical, very calculated play that if he doesn't need to do anything complicated, like he will keep it as simple as he needs to. You know?
Oh, and he spent a bar because you can't air tech meter burn. Like, he wanted that damage, and he wanted no part in it stopping.
Indeed. But even though Theo has the knowledge to kind of maximize and optimize and, you know, go for this, I suppose, next level stuff, if he doesn't 100% feel like he needs to, he won't. But that's why he's so hard to play against, because he just is so clean, with, especially with Superman, who is a great character for that.
There we go.
Catch them again. This could be a bar spend. Definitely no hesitations to burn it there. Oh, big wake up from the Knicks. Well, he might reverse the input too.
Where did that hit? The forward 3 doesn't quite connect, so he's not going to get the splat minion coming out a little bit later. But he can still release. No! It's forsaken him! The minion's like, I've had enough of this, I'm out. Cranes make me nervous.
Oh, big do they wake up from Theo. Got a lot of mileage out of that, but trying to keep this as unclashable as possible.
He needs to be careful.
I mean, he's got super. Oh, hang on about that. And the patience. Nick.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
But they're going to go full screen and Knicks has his minion.
I know, Theo's going to be regretting that super right about now.
Don't do this.
Oh, hang on a minute.
He did it. Oh, from the top. From the top.
And the thing is, if he sent the minion any other way, that would have been a win for Theo.
I don't think I've ever seen the minion appear from that high up before.
Oh, it's because Knicks hasn't been quite as prone to sending it up top. He normally sends it running along the ground. But that's probably why Theo went for the air laser, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, Theo, right? Here's the thing. I don't think Theo, in a million years, would have done that in tournament.
Oh no, of course not.
I don't think Theo, in his even remote mind, would have gone, you know what? I'm going to bet it all on the super. Because that's not the Theo way. But in the first to 10, when he's got loads of games,
He's playing Bizarro.
it is the Bizarro way.
Bizarro is the opposite Superman. So
Bizarro
he does the
finish
opposite.
this game fast.
This is Bizarro Theo. He does-
Bizarro smart, counter poke with super. Oh no.
So you know when someone's been playing a character long enough, they become that character.
Yes.
Do you think Theo is in danger of taking this Bizarro a little bit too seriously?
I'm playing as Bizarro and do not play as myself.
It's time to do stuff I would never do. Oh, Winston jump again. Nice answer.
That's something Theo would do.
Oh, drops the end, but already does a lot of damage before. Oof, raw. Meter burn back
Backhand.
3. Does so much damage too.
It does. They didn't even need to meter burn it.
And the minion's still sitting there waiting. Nick's just holding on to it.
But also with the minion, it's the threat. It is the looming threat that the minion has. As long as it's on the screen, you've got to be careful pressing a button.
Oh, that's not going to do quite enough. Oh, and the water buffalo.
It covered so much of the screen.
Is it water buffalo, wildebeest? I actually don't know the name of that.
I don't know.
The big fat deer.
The thing that you throw on Gorilla City.
And again, that instant laser covering so much ground. Oh, but a big whiff from Nyx.
Is he going to unclashable? No. I think Theo must have got, if he's going to clash, he would have clashed by now. Doesn't bet it on the sweep.
I actually like that challenge from Theo though, because Nyx, I mean, he had a lot of bar there. You know how likely he was to kind of just keep looping those knees.
Now.
We have real Theo. Tie clash. And that delay. Nyx is playing with fire.
But he's still got the minion, and it's there for a long time. It just stands there, menacingly. Oh, the cross up! Uh-oh.
He doesn't have a bar though, and still challenge. No, the leg spike! Theo's still gonna get it. I'd be so sad for him if he died there.
Okay.
If he lost that game, that would have been so sad for him.
I'd have just given him the win anyway. Right, so 6-4.
Wins.
That's a number we used to see in the NRS community.
Shut up. Is this matchup 5-5? I don't know. I know that it's...
Darkseid.
I'm just reading Twitch chat. I can't keep it together. I feel like everyone's seen that now. I feel like everyone's seen it. I'm not gonna say what it is because it has no business being made a big deal out of. But you
For the
know
sake
what?
of this
I'm
meme,
sure
it's
you guys know what I mean. Right.
Begin.
Oh, we're going back to this being. Oh my lord. Oh, but a drop from Knicks, but actually turns into the stomp anyway, so gets practically the same damage, I think, that he was going to get before the drop. Oh, that's not something you see all the time.
Honestly, even if the minion doesn't connect and it forces you to jump, Darkseid's jumps are so active. It's like Knicks doesn't really mind if the minion is not part of the actual damage. As long as the minion is making the chances higher of his jumping connecting, he'll be fine with that.
Oh, good cross up, but the instant low too. Trickies to block, but oh no, Theo, and a cross up. Diving foot.
It sure is jump 3 around here.
Yes. Well, so that entire round went very much towards, well, almost completely towards what Knicks needed it to be.
But Superman in trait.
So every button he pressed just happened to connect in some weird, janky way. And again, that instant jump stomp is something that Knicks has been doing all the time. It's just occupying that space that Theo wants to be dashing in with.
I think it's his call out to like instant jump, like forward dash, you know, into the jump 2.
Oh, and there's that big challenge. Knicks just making it as hard as possible for Theo to just approach.
There we go. Here comes Theo.
Yeah, again, doesn't need to spend the bar. Theo not wasting any resources if he doesn't need to.
I actually love how Knicks...
Oh, that was life or death right there.
He's not going to get any setup. Actually, no, he opts to go for damage instead.
And I mean, I'm not going to say this is game over, because Theo might be massively down on life. He has 4 bars, and Knicks has just spent everything. Unclashable.
Yep, you can't clash, you can't air tech either.
Wait a minute. Oh no, is that it? No, not quite. Oh, the stomp.
The minion comes to play.
Oh, he jumped away, but not quite enough damage. Oh, wake up throw.
That was the classic mind game. You expect wake up attack. I know you're blocking. If I know you're blocking, Bizarro wake up grab. Bizarro win.
I could have swore that Knicks had a life lead for like the 5 seconds before that game was over.
But then Bizarro did wake up grab.
Oh my word.
I mean, it's good. That's exactly what Theo needed to do though. Like you said, it's the read. Because in that situation, Knicks was likely to just sit there and wait for a wake up attack. Because at that health, wake up attack was obvious. Theo knows Knicks is blocking, he wakes up with a throw. But this is why Theo is so fundamentally sound at the game. But he will make those big, risky decisions just because he knows what the situation is, what your options are, and what option he thinks you're going to dedicate to.
Now, Rock of Eternity is one of those. Now those statues are blockable. I kind of feel like it's changed a lot of the way you'll play the stage, right? Because you used to have to like really, if you're against a power character, you'd really have to be careful and play around those statues because they go from screen. It's hard to trade them. Once you've started throwing it, they roll. They're quite large, and when they're unblockable, obviously it's a lot harder to deal with. But now they are. It's just so much less of a threat. And there's the patience from Knicks, knowing you can just crouch Superman on his wake up.
That was a couple of blocked attacks short of a perfect right there.
Still though, it is Superman, and he has got the environment. Nobody drops the combo.
And unfortunately, you really can't wake up back. You can't back 3. I know that was actually not the intention, but you can't armored back 3 Darkseid because he's got that double hitting knee into meter burn so quick. I mean, it does tend to armor break. Oh my god!
Wow, this game has just completely escaped Theo. But wait, he's in full control.
Wait a minute. 4 bars and trait. Oh, nice. And wake up knee. Why not? Emperor Knicks. He's got so much health. Why did you not just take the risk?
Hang on, no, that's probably gonna be the life bar.
I mean, we can't count him out. He's going to get the background bounce. No, doesn't go for it.
Oh, that air laser, just to keep himself in the air long enough. That was very good.
I mean, we can't count out Theo in this situation.
But Knicks does have his clash now. Oh, but the drink's gone. Theo is playing like a man on a mission so far.
Hang on a minute. The chase down. He goes again.
Oh no, he dropped a combo.
Knicks is ready.
Oh, that down 2. Not in range. Oh, the minion will save the day. That was the process of a very nice comeback for Theo, though.
Darkseid wins.
That was a good idea. That was some really good ideas.
I mean, everything in me is screaming to keep saying, look at that knee. But he's doing it so often, I feel like there's no point. You know what I mean? Because he's looking at both knees. He's not specifying that knee. He's looking at these knees. But which one are we talking about?
Look at knees.
These knees. Knicks is the knees.
Superman.
Knees nuts.
Shut up. Don't ever say that again. I forbid you. If you say that again, I'm gonna.
You're banned. You're banned from saying that.
I'll ban you from your own stream.
That was the sound of a slap. That didn't happen. It was just me clapping. But you know,
Why'd you do it?
I don't know. Shut up. 7-5, man. It's a good set.
Begin.
All right, are we gonna start off with these knees? No, the jump back. Oh, the projector. The minion has 2 knees of his own as well.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, knee, see?
These knees. God's sake.
Back to the corner already. Knicks, though, teleporting straight out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the Superman, right? That instant jump, that forward dash. It makes projectiles against Superman such a risk. He gets one air dash and you're dead.
And again, Knicks went for that instant jump forward, but if Theo does nothing, he's just sticking out a very long hitbox to just get hit for free. And just as fast as that last game escaped Theo, now it's all in his favor. And that big backdash into a big whiff punish.
It's pretty much everything has just worked out perfectly for Theo here.
Yep. Oh wow. Well, this isn't Injustice 1, that's not going to launch anymore.
Once upon a time, that gave a full combo.
Oh, good answer from Knicks though, knowing that Theo's likely to air dash there.
The problem is...
went for a setup.
Yeah, I feel like he had to go for something that might have bagged a little bit of extra damage. That would have probably led to one of his meterless launcher things, which probably actually would have done a bit more damage than spinning the bar.
Oh, I saw Theo try to dash under, but a little bit too late.
Wait a minute. That was looking horrendously bad for Nick so far, and he's now half a trait
Still
away
not great
from
though. No trait, no bar. Theo has everything. Yeah, it definitely is, but when you're playing around that clash,
winnable though. Hang
you
on.
could wager here, get some of that health back.
I grow tired of your prattle.
And it's gonna, I mean, actually, it's just gonna reset the trait cooldown from Knicks, isn't it? I don't think he had it ready. Oh no, he did.
Hang on a minute.
And the crouch, the patience. Theo knows the jump in's gonna whiff, so he's just looking to block the stomp.
Exactly. And if he goes for the stomp, he'll punish.
The transition. That's gonna do a lot. I mean, this is one of the, I suppose, the fewer hitting transitions, so not the most damage, but that instant jumping from Knicks again. Nice convert.
That was so good. And it took a long time. Like, he's now only got a little bit of time, and then he gets access to his minion.
The wake up punch though.
Wait!
Wow!
Hang on.
Still clips him.
Minion, this is the play. This is the game-winning play.
Oh, he's out of there though.
Oh no! He just exploded! The guy literally just blew up before he had a chance to do anything.
I mean, that minion get a swift talking to. F- for that minion.
Oh, master, this way.
Oh no. The minion. He let Knicks down. He let the viewers down.
He let us down.
He let us down. But most importantly, he let himself down.
He literally just sat there.
All of his minion friends are putting in all this work. They're winning games, doing clutch stuff, and he's just like, I don't know what to do.
He choked it. He got too ahead of himself, and he just blew up on the spot. What a useless wanker.
I don't think we'll be seeing Knicks do that again. Not until that minion gets a swift one-to-one talking to.
Oh, good God. I was like, he's going to do something good. He's going to do something good. He's going to do something good. It just blew up. He literally just exploded on the spot.
Begin.
Anyway, one match down, another to go.
Oh, jumps clean over, but he recovered in time. Wow, but there's the throw. I haven't seen Theo pull that out in quite a while, actually.
That was quite not safe for work, but what else would you call that?
Deary me.
Stop. Damage.
Oh, no stomp there.
I mean, he covered a lot of screen space with that. It's the objective of this minion. It's not just to be damaged. It's not just to be set up. It's to deny the screen so your jump-ins connect.
It's also to plant that paranoia in your opponent's head as well. Just because the minion didn't connect doesn't mean your opponent isn't going to remember that you did that. So next time you summon it, you're going to think, well, is he going to call it in the same way? Have I got to do the same thing to beat it? Because, you know, we've seen Knicks win games on that before. You know, sending the minion on the ground enough times, then bam, you know, it's then in the air, which ended up winning him rounds.
I feel like we are seeing the stomp, and there's one small observation here. We're seeing the stomp connect a lot more when Knicks hasn't got bar, and very clearly that is because, you know, Theo goes, well, he's not going to launch off the stomp now, so getting hit by the stomp now is nowhere near as painful.
If Darkseid doesn't have bar and the stomp doesn't launch, it's not worth it. It's not worth blocking that over the jump-ins, right, that are going to do more.
Just good awareness, looking at the guy's bar. Yeah, doing the down one. Probably expected that's a little bit of a late teleport. Theo might have pressed buttons there.
Oh, those long wind-up time on those lasers coming back to bite Theo so far. Knicks just painting the screen red with these beams.
Oh. Instant ban, and that's more damage. More damage!
Oh.
800 damage! Oh.
And Knicks chose not to clash, but because he wanted to save the bar, but he drops to confirm that might come back to haunt him very soon.
800 damage. I can't.
Oh, that's gonna do it! He's got clash, and he can heal as well. Knicks should have gone unclashable. He had the meter burn too. Oh, dearie me.
Injustice 2 is so sick. I love this match. This has been a great match.
Uh-oh. He's out there. No, that can do enough. Not quite. One more of those and Theo will build a bar, whether it hits or not. He has it. Oh, dashes under clean.
I mean, this is next hit wins. This is next hit wins. I lied. It's not. This hit will win though.
Ooh. Oh, that was it.
He bet the
Knicks
farm.
really wanted to end there, and I think regretting not clashing a little bit earlier. That big 800 damage is going to be burned into his brain for a little while.
We are. Is that one of the highest? Is that one of the highest damage combos that we've seen in an actual match?
Number-wise, yes.
That was. But again, I know it's Darkseid, right? So it's going to be a little bit different, but still. Whew.
So Darkseid takes more number-wise than other people, so it's not always an accurate representation of the damage it's actually doing, but still, like, even on other characters, that is going to do a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
But it's clearly practical. Like, Theo is hitting that multiple times. You know, he just needs to be willing to burn the bar, have a background bounce preferably, and he's going to do it. Nice anti-air with that punch. I mean, we've seen how important it's taking the meter away, but not even so much for Superman to get the meters and just taking it away from Darkseid early on. So if Darkseid doesn't have the bar, the stomp can't launch, the mix-up's not going to be quite as deadly, and he's going to spend it here. Oh, big whiff punish, and he's got the corner too. That's going to be a full combo. Oh no, drops the ice, but by then so much damage dealt already, I don't think he's even going to care.
I feel like the longer this set is going on, it's Theo's looking a little bit more comfortable
And again, the patience to just sit there and crouch. He knows the jump-ins aren't going to connect. He hasn't got to worry about the overhead as much, and he's going to block the stomp. There's nothing wrong with you sitting there and crouching. It takes a lot of patience and discipline to do that against a character like Darkseid that has that heavy-hitting mix-up of the jump-ins or low.
Now, yeah, this has not been an amazing game for Knicks because he's been a little bit too early on those back threes. You know, Theo, he's basically just going for those back dashes, waiting for the back three to come out, and it's a meter burn back three, so when Knicks gets hit by the 4-2-3 punish, he has nothing really to save himself, and again, like, it really is, the back threes aren't working out too good for Knicks so far.
Well, that jump in's going to do well. Theo, just ever so slightly running out of trait there, but not quite a big problem. Wow, and blocking the overhead and punishing it clean. Theo looking so comfortable now.
Now, I mean, personally, I think I'm ready to write this match off because it has been a really good game for Theo. He's just waiting for these whiffs. So if you're Knicks in this situation, we are reaching the later stages of this set. Knicks has been looking so strong, looked a bit stronger at the beginning, but Theo, it's almost like he's getting more comfortable and more comfortable. Knicks has a big comeback to make here, and
He's also
I'm not
sticking
sure.
with Bizarro.
Oh yeah,
Do you think that might be a legit thing?
maybe.
Again, he has the knowledge. If you block the minion, the overhead won't connect. I think Knicks really needs to either needs to stop doing that, or like take a step back, take a step forward.
Yeah.
Change that range so the jumping can't just be crouched.
Well, there
But if you do that, then Theo's gonna obviously know you're going for something else.
Well, essentially, like, you know, the adaptation here needs to be this setup is no longer working. But knowing Nick, so he's going to have alternatives. There's going to be other stuff he can do in that situation. Be it just a raw string, could be the overhead string, could be just a jump in into something else, could be delayed, could be a grab. You know, it could be anything after that minion. But he's just going to the same follow-up every single time, and clearly Theo has figured that out. You know, he's just crouching, the jump 3 is going to whiff, and the only thing that's going to connect there is stomp. If he dedicates a stomp, that's a full combo punish.
Still though, 8-7 to Theo. Knicks was ahead for a lot of this, but looking really good now. I like that down one immediately upon seeing Theo go for that trait there.
But you know, I feel like these first attempts, they really do test who has the stamina. You know, which players have the composure to go the whole 9 yards. This could be a 10-9.
Maybe. Oh, but that's going to be a big opening. Theo actually opting not to finish that string, didn't have the bar to confirm it into breath. And we just wanted to keep the hits done, I think. But worked out for him.
I do fear a little bit, yeah, like right there. Like,
He's waiting for it now.
it's just the sheer level of patience that Theo is starting to show here. I also kind of worry that Knicks, he's being a little bit more too eager to just try and finish it quickly. And there,
Again, he's just not worried about the overhead.
But almost, in some ways, this is the weakness of Darkseid. You know, you have to really dedicate to these options, and if they all get blocked, it's all punishable. It's all punishable.
All go for the setup, but the wake-up meter burn punch as well. That's going to cover so much of the screen. Theo going to get knocked back towards the corner, but not quite all the way there yet.
He's got the minion, but
Oh, that was a big mistake from Knicks. Going to go for the unclashable. Yes, he is. Now, this is one projectile. Almost block damage. Well, that's going to connect.
Nice.
Combo's off it fully too.
Now he has to be careful because Theo has got access to his clash.
But he's not going to bother when he hasn't got the meter advantage.
Yeah, he's not going to spend it here, but I think...
Oh, and again, the wake-up throw. Knicks falling for it 2 games. Not necessarily back-to-back, but in the same series. You wait for that, but what are you going to do about it, right? He's going to be crouching because he's going to be looking for the wake-up. Because he's won a game on that before, but he's also knows the grab.
That's why, you know, Knicks, when you have that little health, you need to dedicate so heavily to each and every decision you make. Knicks was, right, I've landed the knockdown, I have to make a comeback. In this situation where I've got the knockdown, I don't have time to get my minion up, but I do think Theo might go for a wake-up. If he wake-ups, I can punish. If he clashes, I'll play it accordingly. But you have to dedicate 100% to every decision you make, and in that instance, waiting for a wake-up attack was just not the right call.
But look at how they're playing with against each other's options like that on wake up. When Theo has Knicks knockdown, the wake up option is the knee. So he's jumping back. If he goes to the knee, it's a full punish. If he wakes up with nothing, Theo's not at risk because he's in the air, right? The only thing Knicks can do is hard read it and go for the air laser, which might work and sometimes it doesn't. If Knicks tries to jump back on Theo's wake up, he's going to get hit by the punch, he's going to get hit by the rising grab. If you want to beat his wake up, you have to crouch. You have to do something like that.
He's going to get damage. That's going to do more than even out the work. Ooh.
Oh, that's not going to do too bad of a job, but no! Actually doesn't connect on block. I think Knicks just wanted to set up some chip damage, but didn't even get that. Oh, big backdash from Theo to grab 2. I mean, Theo was on borrowed time with that life bar. He just wanted to do as much as he could before inevitably falling down.
Now. Ooh! And actually, that minion just disappeared. Literally just vanished from the world. But it's a better game for Knicks so far. Getting this clash out early, as I've said many, many times, it's going to be fantastic because now he has an entire round to work with. Even if he loses the round here, which is likely to happen because of the conversion, he now does not have to worry about the clash whatsoever. All he has to worry about is air tech.
Which can be a big deal potentially, but what he's got to watch out for, I think most of all, is Theo being willing to spend that bar now. Because Knicks has, if he's throwing bar away like that, that's 2 bars, both of them gone.
Dear.
And he just got opened up. That could be a huge disaster for Knicks now. I mean, this is set point for Theo. Oh dear.
Oh wow. I don't think any of us was ready for that one. But that one punish, the damage of Superman. Darkseid hurts, but so does Superman. Oh,
I don't think that's going to kill. That's going to be close though.
But Knicks is back into a situation where he can't make a single mistake, and this is match point. This could be it. Uh-oh.
Oh, I think that might be it. I don't know if Knicks can make it work here with that chippable life. With those lasers there. If he blocks anything here, it's done. Oh dear, there it is! And I think quite a fitting end to the set really is Theo sticking to the knowledge that if he blocks the minion and Knicks jumps in, the overheads won't connect, and it ends up winning him the game.
But you know what? I feel like in that situation, you said, I actually agreed that it was a fitting way to end the set, but at the same time, it wasn't actually the exact same situation that we saw at the end there either. It was basically a situation where Knicks knew he couldn't go for the exact same setup. He knew he couldn't go for the stomp because Theo was going to block it. So he was going to go for probably an empty jump into something else, expecting Theo to sit there and block. Now Theo did sit there and block, but he knew that Knicks knew that that was the outcome. So he went for the down 1 anti-cross up, and it worked. It was like the knowledge of the knowledge of the knowledge of the knowledge, and that's what Theo has always been built on, these solid, ridiculous fundamentals. But to be honest, that was a fantastic set. Really, really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Generally a good evening.
I think so.
Just to reflect, we start things off with Rio versus Buffalo in a really good showing of Sub-Zero. Obviously, Buffalo having a lot of success with that character so far, and Rio coming in with that Bane that he's been working on this week. That was really cool. Then we went to Dizzy TT versus...
Dizzy with the kid. Oh, that Sick Canary versus Grod set was good. Really, really good. And of course, this for me though was definitely the set of the night. Like Knicks, solid as ever. Like absolutely the best Darkseid in the business right now. No shadow of a doubt about that. And Theo just showing us that he's built for the long haul. He's got these ridiculously good fundamentals, and he was carrying it through until the end, basically. So once again, guys, thank you all very much for watching. But that is actually going to be everything from us tonight. It's normally a weekly thing. We will not be able